It is 7:17. Thank you so much for having us in. Clark Hodges, a financial analyst with Hodges Capital in Dallas, Fort Worth, is joining us this morning. And Clark, I appreciate that so much. Look, let's start first of all with the discussions and the things that have been talked about an awful lot in the media, as it has to do with your ability to actually look at your 401k. I mean, I don't recommend anybody do that today because you'll be crying when you get done, correct?
Correct, yeah. You'll be down about 10% for the year already.
In your opinion, is this something normal? We just have to kind of gut it out because, it's January, so hopefully as the year continues, things will get better.
I think it's somewhat normal. No market goes straight up, and we've had a good market for 6+ years now, and you do expect pullbacks in any good bull market. You expect a 10% pullback. And right now I see the market testing the lows that were touched in August when we had kind of a semi-flash crash day. If you remember, I think it was the 24th of August, where the market really sold off in the first 3 to 5 minutes very severely, and then came back. And then the market kind of hovered above that, and now we're testing those levels again. And I see that as somewhat normal. It'll be
so we have to feel that, right? We don't want the self-fulfilling a prophecy to make us feel bummed out, correct? That's the whole idea.
Right. We want it to hold, but we have to take a look at the market as it is and what it does and how it is on the short term versus how it is on the long term. And the problem with the market is it's headline driven, and it also is driven by machines, computers doing trades. And the bulk of the trades on the market every day are machines or computers that are written for software packages that are written to take advantage of very small spreads and trade millions of shares. That's not investing, okay? That's not an investment when someone buys 10 million shares at 20 and sells 10 million shares at 20 and a 16th. Okay?
All right, Clark. So I guess just to let everybody know, look, you got to, and this has happened certainly before, you got to be patient. Again, it's a big picture. Don't get taken down, by what's going on, just the past week or week and a half. And I agree with you 100%. Now, I got to take a quick break for traffic and weather. We're going to come back. I want to talk about something else that I read that I don't agree with, and I'm interested on your thoughts about this as well. It has to do with the lower prices for gasoline. Hang with me. I want to do a quick traffic and weather check here. We'll get back to Clark Hodges, Hodges Capital, Dallas, Fort Worth, Kelly Stevens, here in Houston. How's the traffic?
Well, we can go ahead and clear things up a little bit on the Gulf Freeway. At least the accident has gone from 59. It doesn't mean that you're back up to speeds because your backups are going to start just as you get inside of the loop, still using up an extra 10 minutes or so of your morning as you make your way in. It's close to 40 minutes now from Nass Parkway in, but that should start thinning out. They did just clear up the accident in the last couple of minutes. Have a stalled vehicle. It's going to be up on the north loop. It's going to be on the eastbound side as you get to Fulton. Luckily, they were able to get that limped over to the shoulder. May want to give them just a hair of extra room and slow down just a little bit as you make your way past. Keep everybody safe as you fly on through. Getting in from Waller, Cypress, Jersey Village, this is one of the easier days you're going to see. 290 is actually posted speeds throughout almost all of the drive, keeping you just about half an hour from the Grand Parkway at the loop. I'm Kelly Stevens in the KTRH GulfCoastWindows.com 24-hour traffic center.
Checking your weather, looks pretty good. Mostly sunny today, highs in the upper 50s, clear tonight, low of 44, 40 now at your official severe weather station, News Radio 740 KTRH. Let's find out what the headlines are right now. Shara knows. Morning, Shara.
Good morning, everyone. It's now 7:21 on News Radio 740 KTRH. Schools, banks, and Wall Street all closed today for the MLK holiday. Houston has 2 parades, by the way, both starting at 10 a.m. The search continuing for a dozen Marines lost in that double helicopter collision in Hawaii. 2 of the missing are from Houston. Making good on their threat, British lawmakers are going to debate today a mandate to ban Donald Trump from the United Kingdom because of his remarks about Muslims. More of these stories right now at KTRH.com and coming up here at the bottom of the hour.
Stuck on 59? Alternate routes coming up on the half hour. Now more with Matt.
722, we're glad you're here. And Clark Hodges, Hodges Capital, Dallas, Fort Worth, we are glad you are with us. All right, let me read something. A quote made by a person that was on CNBC. Here's what they said. I'm quoting now. As the costs of energy and all of these inputs come down, that is a form of tax cut or income growth for the average consumer in the developed markets. Obviously, it takes some time to feed this through, but I see that as being part of the positive story over the medium term. Okay. Now, you agree with that, Clark?
Income growth, and I would hesitate to call it a tax cut because I think it's temporary. It's been that way all year. It's been that way for at least 12 months. So you could say, yes, it seems like somewhat of an income increase, but it's really not, because as soon as gas prices go back up, there goes that increase.
But do you understand that
I think it's temporary?
The reason for the gas prices going down has a lot to do with Saudi Arabia doing things that, quite frankly, is being done to hurt the United States.
Right.
And number two, here in Houston, we are the oil and gas center of the world. And we have thousands of people that have lost their jobs because of what is being done to us. And that's why the price is down. I don't see that. I live in Houston, Texas. I certainly don't see that as something positive. As a matter of fact, every time I see it going down, it makes me angrier and angrier.
Right. It definitely is affecting Houston. Obviously, it's affecting Dallas somewhat. That industry is in a recession.
Right.
You could argue that industry is in a recession. But you can also make the case that it should help the majority of Americans when it comes to consuming more product with a little bit extra money in their pocket at the end of each month. That really hasn't happened. The economy hasn't shown with the consumer, which is 70% of the economy, isn't out there spending like they've got some windfall in their pocket.